Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how I clean my 20 plus piercings. I say 20 plus because I'm pretty sure I have lost count of how many I have and how many times I've actually been pierced. So we'll just keep it as 20 plus and we'll go from there. So let's start with the left ear. Now in this ear I usually clean them all sort of the same. So in here obviously I have my lobes, I have the 3 cartilage and this, and I have my rook, my dave, my tragus. So I have quite a lot going on in this ear. Now my lobes I will always take out. I try to give them a break every couple of days and I don't shower with them in because they always go really funny. So what I'll do is I'll take my cup, my sea salt flakes, and I will get kettle water. Now the temperature, obviously warm is best for most people, but I usually put this in here with kettle water and then I let it cool for 5 minutes or so it's not too hot. Obviously please use medium warm water if that's what suits you. It doesn't really matter of the temperature, I just really like hot water. So once the solution is mixed up in here, I leave it and then I will take the cotton wool pad and I will pop it in here and I will soak it. But I don't like to screw these up for my lobes. I like to keep them close to their shape as I can get it, because what I would do is then I will put this, obviously I take my earrings out and I will put this in and I will just squeeze around and I will wipe and I will fold. It feels really weird doing it when it's dry, but that's how I'll do it. So I take these 2 out and I just have them, I just give them a good clean and then I don't put them in for the rest of the night, just to give them a bit of breathing space, I guess. So yeah, lobes are super easy to clean, and obviously I've got 2 lots of lobes piercings on each ear. I do them at the same time. Now when we move up to these cartilage piercings, these 3, I do the same. So I will take out 3 of them, I will get a new cotton wool pad and I will dip and I will just get in there and give it a proper clean. I think some of that cotton wool just went up my nose. With my 3 cartilages, I don't like having them out overnight. I've never liked it because they just seem to close a lot quicker, even though I've had them for like nearly 4, 5, 6 years. I don't know how long I've had them, but they just close so quickly. So that's what I do with them. Now when it comes to my top, I've only had this pierced quite recently. I'm gonna say 2, 3, 4 months, 5 months. Wow, my concept of time is poor. So any that I usually have like a ring through, I don't like removing. I just find the rings, you know, a bit more fiddly, and then if you're inexperienced with it, you end up hurting yourself more. So this is where the handy cotton wool buds come in, because you can get into those little places. So I dip this into my solution and I will just give it a good clean, get in and out. And even if nothing is coming off on the cotton wool, because once they heal you won't really get anything like blood or anything, so it's just good. Even though you think, oh, it's fine, give it a couple of minutes attention and just give it a good old clean. If you want, once you've done that, get the cotton wool pad and just, you know, give it a bit of a soak. My cleaning routine isn't best if you're planning to go out and you've just done your hair, because you will get a bit soaked with all the water. Now with my rook was one of my most easiest piercings to heal, and I really kept my cleaning of this very limited, because it is inside of my ear along with like the dave. When I clean my dave, it sort of cleans the rook with it, although I do give it a quick go around with the bud. It's just a no problem piercing for me, so it doesn't really get a lot of attention in my cleaning routine. Now with my dave, obviously it's right in there, so yet again, dip the solution with the pad. Don't wring out the water too much, because obviously you want that salty goodness. Ugh. You want that salty goodness in your ear, because salt water is amazing at healing. I usually have to cut these because this is way too big. I don't even think I can fit this here. But yeah, you need to just proper get it in and then like squeeze as you go, and just keep it in there for a couple of minutes just to get that saltiness in there. And then that's really all I do with those two. I use a mixture of this, and it doesn't get a lot of attention because they've just healed so nicely. Now the tragus on there hit this ear. I've never had a problem with my traguses either, so they haven't caused like any gunk or blood or crustiness, and they just, I think when I obviously clean my face and clean my hair, they get quite a good, you know, I always make sure once I wash my hair, I'm just make sure there's no shampoo left around it. When I'm like, you know, doing my Dave and my Rook, I probably just give it a wipe over, but that is it. Probably people are watching this thinking, oh that's gross, but that is all I do for that ear. So next ear, in this one we have obviously 2 lobes, which we talked about on this one. I have my tragus again, which we talked about on this one. Fun fact, I actually got my second tragus done because I never heard the pop on the first one, and everyone was like, you hear a pop, you hear a pop. I never heard a pop. I did it twice, didn't hear a pop. So yeah, then I have my forward helixes. I did have a third one, but it was just so swollen, and I had them done twice like at the same time, and they were like, look, it's gonna be like wonky when it heals and it's just not worth it. So I took that one out as soon as she pierced it. And then I had I have my industrial. I did have another cartilage up here, but I sacrificed that for my industrial. And then I have my snug. Now it's the same old argument with everyone that I seem to find in my comments. This is a snug piercing. The placement of the snug is still this, like, it might be lowered down, but it is still a snug. It's not an anti-tragus. I have spoken to my piercing shop a number of times, and every time they have said that is a snug. So please don't comment, because I'm not going to respond to any more people. Right, so yeah, we've spoken about the lobes, we've spoken about the tragus. Now with the forward helixes, I really don't want taking them out. I used to take them out when I cleaned them, but I think during the healing process as well, especially where they're placed, it's easier just to leave them in there. Just leave them and get some cotton wool buds, which are here. Oh my god, I'm throwing stuff everywhere. Use the cotton wool buds and just proper get in there. Use the pads, get in there and just give them a good soak. I don't really like to mess around too much with my forward helix because I had a lot of healing issues with it in the beginning when I had a bar in there, and I actually changed that to a ring, and I have done a video as to what I think is best for healing of the forward helix, and that you can find that in my piercing playlist down below. So with my industrial, I do like to take it out when I clean it, because I have my other forward helixes. It's just I like to take that out and proper get in there, and I will use both again, the solution, the pads and the cotton wool buds, just to proper get in there. And I just think my industrial still healing. I had to re-pierce that myself because it closes so quick. You would think, oh my god, you've got a bar in there, like it will take ages to close. It doesn't, it closes very quickly, and I had to re-pierce it myself, and that is why I like to take it out and give it a good clean, and that gets a lot of my attention. Now my snug, my good old debating snug that no one agrees is a snug. Now that one I literally had such a love-hate relationship with. I've mentioned that in a number of my videos. It never would heal, and I had to, you know, take it out, get it re-pierced, take it out, get it re-pierced, and in the end I thought, you know what, I'm just going to deal with it. If I don't really like it on the day, if it's having a bad day, I can hide it and it doesn't really bother me. So I gave it like a good couple of years to heal, and it finally has. So with this, I try to keep it to a minimum of cleaning, because my piercer said, look, you probably over cleaned it, let it heal on its own. That didn't work. I then try cleaning it every now and again, and that seemed to have worked fine instead of not cleaning it at all. So I always make sure with this one I give it a movement. So I move the bar in a circular motion. I do like to keep that moving, because if I catch it one day and then I don't move it, and it just gets all crusty and disgusting. So I like to move it. And then I do the same thing. I use the buds. I proper get in the back and I give it a good old clean. The bits I don't usually get to when I, you know, clean my hair or clean my face, and I'm just doing like a quick clean. Ugh. So I do like to give that a lot of my attention too. because it is what I consider a bigger piercing that I have. Now on to my nipple piercing. So I get new solution. I do change my solution throughout this whole process because I have over 20, and you know, putting the buds back in, you're like losing in the amount of salt you use. So I do like to refresh this a couple times through my routine, and I will fill this up with brand new water because it is, you know, going on to a large part of my skin. I do let it like take a good couple minutes to cool down, and I will literally just pop it on myself like this, and I will just lay back. It's quite comfortable actually. So I will just hold it there for 5 to 10 minutes. I don't really like to touch it with anything else. I think if it just naturally heals with the solution, and that is the best practice for me that I found with that. So that is my nipple piercing and how I clean it. Now my last piercing that I have is my belly button piercing. Now I've had that for like 10 years plus now. Like I'm 25 in June, and I've had it since I was like 13, 14. Like I can't even remember, but so I've had it a long time. I've had it an awfully long time, so I don't really clean it that much. It sounds gross, but it's healed, and I think if I started cleaning it again, it'll be a bit like, we didn't, well, like I thought we sorted this out, it's done. So I do obviously clean it when I'm in the shower, like I just, you know, as I clean my body, but I don't really use the salt solution on it anymore. I do like to give my belly button piercing a break. I do take it out, and I can have it out for a week, 2 weeks now, and it doesn't even close. Right, so I hope my piercing cleaning routine has helped you. If it has, give it a thumbs up, or you know, if you think I can add anything different to my cleaning routine, please comment in the box down below, because what works for me may not work for someone else, and what works for someone else might work for someone else. And I think, you know, it's all about helping people. Like and subscribe, and I will see you soon. Bye.